this is Yael from Yael Alchemy, and I'm here to bring you the message of the Divine Feminine to her beloved for the week of October 1 to the 7th. Okay, so short intro here, as always, with the message of the Divine Feminine, because I probably said all that I wanted to say in the past, in the 2 videos that would be uploaded prior to this one. In any case, I've already prayed over and shuffled the cards and prayed over them. And at the bottom of the deck, we have here, and usually for those who are just tuning in or you've just wandered to this channel, or you were brought here by fortuitous events, I don't know. Usually the cards at the bottom of the deck, at least in my case when I do readings, they signify the status of the divine. It's the energies of the Divine Feminine, and this would be her message. So we're going to read this first. First we have the Princess of Wands. So Divine Feminine, really in her power, very passionate, having sovereignty and being in utter self-possession, because she now really appreciates who she is in the grand scheme of things. Okay, and here very passionate, very ardent, and desiring to move forward. Now, if this were a woman, she'd be these two. You see, you have the Knight of Swords here, very cool, analytical, detached, okay, but very direct, especially when it comes to purpose. Okay, and if you put these two, if you would translate these 2 cards into a character or a person, an actual person, this would be the formidable lady boss. You might call her the tiger lady, just like the princess here, who has a headgear of a tiger. Somebody very formidable, because she knows what she wants. She's very direct, and very logical, analytical, very practical. Okay, and she's imbibing these energies as she goes through the shifts and the changes, because she knows that all these shifts, all these changes, after one goes through them, this would be like the rainbow at the end of the storm. Okay, the Sun card. But the thing is, you have to go through the storm, and it's inevitable right now that things are changing, because that's actually what we were working towards, to shift the consciousness from just 3D to 4D. But of course, this would be the fallout, because you're shaking the foundations of what is currently in place, and she knows that. However, it's much more difficult if this is translated into how it manifests in your 3D life. But just go through it, because after that you have the Sun card, okay, and the Sun card, and finally things falling into place. And she knows that. That's why she's going through all of these things falling into place. And here we have patience and prudence and doing the work. You can see here that in the leaves there are eggs in a nest, but still you have the owl here, which represents the wisdom to know that when the time is right. Okay, and the wisdom to continue working on whatever you need to work on. Let's see. Okay, there we have the 3 of Swords. Okay, so and this is connected to it also appeared in my twin flame. So the thing is, I was given guidance to offer an Ascension tool, and so I followed that. Before I do any of the other spreads for this week's reading. But they're all interconnected, and they all point to working on this heartbreak, sorrow, resentment, disappointment, because um, it's hampering the movement forward. Remember, right now we are creators, and because you are creating with your higher heart, and you are transforming into your crystalline bodies. And if you read all the accounts of our other intergalactic families, so I don't want to call them ETs, but people from beings from other dimensions and other planets, especially those who are in the form of light bodies already, Earth is challenging for them, especially for those souls who are volunteers and who are used to the speed at which they can create in other planets and other dimensions. It's fast because basically these emotions are very dense, they're very heavy, and that's why we're given tools to help address this, because sometimes you may miss something, you may not give it enough attention, or you may think that it really doesn't exist, because of course you want to say that you're okay. So anyway, so these are the things that we need, Divine Feminine needs to work on, because to get past this tower moments, there will be residue there, because not everyone will welcome the change and the effects of this change, especially how it manifests in their personal lives. I wouldn't say willingly, but you know, we're all in the state wherein we are guided to be where we are truly meant to be. But the thing is, the universe does it in so many mysterious ways, and sometimes it just boils down to let the chips fall where they may, and it always depends on how we perceive this tower card manifesting in our lives, and more importantly, how we react to it. Okay, and that is truly an opportunity for you, for us, to really use and all the learnings and the tools that we have at our disposal to plow forward and get to this, okay, to the Sun card and to the Emperor card, which brings enlightenment and order after chaos. Okay, so let's look at the message of the Divine Feminine for her beloved. I'm going to open the cards. First card we have is the Four of Swords, the Truce card. Next card we have what is this? The Prince of Cups. Okay, Prince of Cups. Then we have the Two of Cups, the Love card. And then we have the Knight of Cups, Completion, the Hanged Man, and the Ace of Wands, the Root of Fire. Okay, give me a second here. It looks like as though this message is directly in response to the Divine Masculine's message. So it's like the Divine Feminine giving advice. You see, if you watch the Divine Masculine message, while he is plowing forward, he has a bit of, some of his insecurities are arising as regards this new beginning. And here the Divine Feminine actually gives him advice. Okay, and we start here. Look, in all this movement, you can see the stairs there in his ascension journey, right? Here she tells him about the benefits of being still. In his stillness, okay, I'm going to speak like I'm talking to the divine masculine, okay? She's saying that be still. In your stillness, you will find your wisdom. Look at all these, the negative points of these swords pointed towards the blossoming flower. Pink as a symbol of unconditional love. So it's like she's telling him that in your stillness, transmute all the negativity. And in this stillness, use this stillness to really plumb the depths of your heart and your soul, okay, and your emotions. As regards what you truly feel, investigate it. Basically, investigate what your feelings, your emotions, on a deeper level, not just on a superficial level. That's why she's telling him to be still. When everything is noisy, there's too much distraction, there's too much things to do, it's very hard to be still. I mean, for people who are not used to meditating, it's very hard. For people who are constantly busy, who's very fast-paced lives, stillness is not second nature. It's like everybody, especially with the advent of the gadgets and all that, it's like everybody has ADD. You can't have dinner without checking your phone. You can't, there's always something that's running, that's giving notifications, okay? Because now you're not constrained by distance and the physical. It wasn't like before the smartphone was invented, wherein it was truly a pleasure to receive snail mail from one of your friends, because of the whole journey that the letter took, especially if it comes from another country. Everything now is instantaneous and demands your attention, and that's why you have to manage that. And so Divine Feminine telling her beloved there to keep still and really plumb the depths of his heart and his soul and his emotions about love, what it means to him, about affection, about partnership, about romance, what it means to him, okay? Because here, once he does that, here we have the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups, you can see he's riding Pegasus through all this turbulent water. And there's a fish there representing Pisces, because this is the water of air. And you can see the peacock tail here, which is really talks about transcendental experience. And you can see crab here, which is Cancer. Okay, so being sensitive. So basically, the Knight of Cups here is being receptive to divine will and divine guidance. Okay, because that's what he's going to get. As basically she's telling him, figure out yourself first. Okay, and when you do so, juxtapose that with divine will. And that's how you move forward, because right now with our new consciousness, we really create with the heart. So the heart, feelings, emotions, and receptivity to divine guidance. And once the divine masculine taps into that, then there's here completion, the Four of Wands, this coming together of the external manifestation of the divine masculine's beloved. This becomes entirely possible. Okay, well, she's telling him, we all know it's possible. Okay, but there will be completion if only he is receptive to divine guidance and acts accordingly. Because you see, the Knight of Cups, he is this is a dynamic energy, okay? And you see, Pegasus here, the horse in which he rides. The Pegasus was the offspring of Poseidon and the Gorgon Medusa. When Perseus cut off the head of Medusa, Pegasus was spontaneously born out of the blood of Medusa. That's why wherever his hooves click, a spring gushes forth. Okay, because Poseidon and then Medusa and then yes, Pegasus, the winged horse there, and bring forth this transcendental emotions that have been really either amplified or tweaked by divine guidance and divine will. And that's where they will have completion. Okay, and next we have here surrender, the hanged man, representative of surrender. So if he surrenders to divine guidance and to the divine will, then this Four of Wands comes to pass, right? And all this happens in the new beginning. Remember, in the divine masculine, he had the Fool card, and then he had a lot of insecurities. So this is saying that that's going to give him clear directions as regards his new beginning, which should be represented by the Fool card in the divine masculine reading. Okay, so very practical advice there for the divine masculine by the divine feminine. Okay, so here in your stillness, discover who you are. Okay, plumb the depths of your soul, your emotions, and your feelings as regards love, partnership, togetherness. And then here, be receptive to divine guidance, to divine will. And there will be completion when there is surrender. And this, he can move forward with confidence because there's this burst of creativity and knowing where to go. If you see in the divine masculine reading, because it was the Fool card, the Fool is kind of very lackadaisical. It's like, okay, wherever it may bring me. That's why he was very vacillating between, okay, maybe this is an illusion, maybe it's not, I don't know, and I don't know what to pick, which choices to make. It's very faltering, although he knows how to move forward. But here with the Ace of Wands, with the very sound and very wise advice of the Divine Feminine, then this is a clear direction. This is an itinerary for his new life, his new consciousness. Okay, so that's what we have for the Divine Feminine's message for her beloved. Okay, and here, remember, here we have the things that the Divine Feminine, some at least, need to work on, and whether that's, and that's why I was speaking about the Ascension tool that is on offer right now, which might help those who need it, and that would be the Forgiveness Reiki, and that would be 30 minutes of Reiki with divine codes for forgiveness, betrayal, especially if it regards your twin, and the wounds of that, and even abandonment. I understand that there are some who have been in separation for so long, and you may not realize it because you profess secretly, or explicitly profess your love for your twin, but then again there is a certain resentment there because time passed you by or whatnot. And so there, there are healing codes for that, and to lift resentment and vibrate with the frequency of peace. Okay, and then to wrap it all up, there are codes for harmony and resolution after the conflict with others, for self-love and self-worth to increase to optimum levels, and for consolation. So it's like a twofold thing. It addresses what hurt you, okay? It heals you from that, and then it ups your self-love and self-worth, because all these things that may have caused you pain, resentment, disappointment, somehow it chips away at your self-worth, thinking that, did you deserve it? Why you and why not, someone else? Why did it have to happen to you? Why particularly you? So it's a twofold thing that we're addressing here. Okay, so for those of you, do check that out if you need it, and that's going to help as we ramp up to 1111, because like I said earlier, all these feelings, these even if they're residual feelings, because you have been actively working at transforming yourself, they may be there, and these are things that really hamper moving forward in the new consciousness, and we try to work on them. Okay, so that's what I have for you this week. Take care, everyone. Bye.